Throughout history, there have been years so catastrophic that they reshaped humanity. From deadly plagues to devastating wars, these years left scars on civilizations that took centuries to heal. Let's explore the top 10 worst years in human history. 10. 1968, the Summer of Hate. 1968 may not seem like a terrible year on the surface, but the days that followed were turbulent. Luther King's assassination, civil unrest in the U.S., the Vietnam War, and massacres in the region, student protests all over the world. The fuse for all of this was lit in 1968. 9. 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted lives worldwide, causing over 7 million deaths and economic turmoil. It redefined healthcare, work, and social norms, leaving an indelible mark on modern history. 8. 1929, the Great Depression. The Wall Street crash in October triggered a global economic depression. Millions of people lost their jobs, homes, and livelihoods, creating widespread poverty and unrest. The damage from this economic problem, which spread throughout the world, was almost irreparable. 7. 1914, beginning of World War I. World War I began industrialized warfare, which killed more than 20 million people and caused significant political upheaval. It devastated Europe and set the stage for future conflicts. Moreover, since it introduced the model of all-out war, massacres, attacks on civilians, and the like would become much more common from then on. 6. 1939. Beginning of World War II. World War II began, resulting in unparalleled destruction and the loss of more than 70 million lives. Cities were leveled and the global order was changed forever, not to mention the massacres, genocides, nuclear attacks, and bombings of cities. 5. 1918. Spanish flu pandemic. Following the First World War, the Spanish flu killed an estimated 50 million people worldwide. It upset health systems and aggravated the wounds of a world that had already survived a terrible war. 4. 1816. The year without summer. The eruption of Mount Tambora caused a volcanic winter, leading to widespread famine and economic collapse. Crops failed worldwide, and 1816 became a year of hunger and despair. 3. 541. Justinian's Plague. This deadly epidemic killed millions of people across the Byzantine Empire and beyond. The disease, which killed 1 in 4 inhabitants of Europe and the Eastern Mediterranean, also weakened the empire and accelerated the decline of Roman influence in Europe. 2. 1350. The peak of the Black Death. The Black Death reached its peak, wiping out almost half of Europe's population. This plague destabilized societies, collapsed economies, and permanently changed the cultural and political landscape of Europe. Europe would need almost 300 years to recover its strength. 1. 536, the worst year in history. A massive volcanic eruption blocked sunlight for months, causing global temperatures to plummet. Crops are ruined, famine spreads, and the diseases that follow almost bring about the end of humanity. In a year when famine struck almost every country in the world, and people could not see the sunlight for days. Horrible. History reminds us that humanity has faced unimaginable challenges. These years stand as grim milestones of suffering and resilience. What do you think? Are there other years that deserve a spot on this list? Let us know in the comments.